I want to shift gears a little bit to kind of focusing on real estate. So obviously you probably remember your first deal. Do you remember your first deal?
I do.
Tell me a little bit about it.
So my clients, I don't even know if they knew they were my first clients.
Mine
right?
didn't either. Yeah, I think that's you. They shouldn't.
Right. Because one of the things, and now I mentor team members as well, and new realtors coming in, and I'll tell them one of the hardest things is as you first become an agent, you're trying to be legitimate. I mean, talking about dance, like I've been dancing since I was a fetus, it feels like, right? Yeah. And all of these years of training and even professional companies under my belt, there's still more to learn. Yeah. Right. And so it's ongoing of like schooling and learning and all of that. Real estate, you study and it's kind of like, you're grinding through it and you take the test and you do the thing and then you can help people with multi-million dollars. Yeah. And so you kind of feel like, am I qualified to do this, right? But what I'll tell people is make a connection because it's personal. So you're doing that first open house and you are the expert. Yeah. Because you know about the house, you've done your research, you know how many bedroom, bathroom, what the price is, what the neighborhood's like all these different things that you can share with the client. Yeah. And so whether it's your, 150th transaction or your very first one, the job's still the same. It's connecting with the client, it's letting them know about the house, it's finding out what their why is and why that property may or may not be a good fit for them. Absolutely. So my first transaction, I actually met them hosting an open house. Okay. It wasn't even my listing, right? So I'm hosting an open house for someone else. And they're like, yeah, we like it, but I don't know. We're maybe looking for a house instead of a condo. Okay. And so we looked at a few other properties and I remember it was a rainy day. And I was heading out to go show them this house. And I walk in, I get there early to turn on the lights and everything. And I'm like, oh, they're not going to like this house. And they walked in, loved it. So everyone, there's different houses for different people. Yeah. And it's just interesting because, as we get to learn more about our clients, sometimes they surprise us with things that they like or don't like. Yeah. And we just, have to be there to serve them. That's really ultimately our job. Yeah. No, I think listening to your clients' needs is very important. And also, I think knowing before what you're going to say. And here's what I mean by that is like, okay, when I first sold my first client their home, the home that I sold them on, I knew everything before they walked through the door. I knew I showed up 30 minutes prior. I turned all the lights on. I figured out where the electrical box was. I figured out where the AC unit was, where the attic space was. All these little things that we would probably just, go right by. I figured out where they were. That way, when they walked in, it sounded like I knew what I was talking about or that I had experience in looking for these things when in actuality, I really didn't. So I think that's very important is to know what you're talking about before you walk in the house. Like if they ask you how big is the home square footage wise and you don't know, then it kind of is like an awkward silence again, right? And I think that's very important, wouldn't you say? I would agree. And at the same time, I think it's really helpful for new agents to have confidence. Yes. Right. And that's going to help you to feel confident because you were confident about all the questions they may have asked. Absolutely. Where because sometimes a client will call us. We don't know anything about the house. They're like, can you meet me at this house in 5 minutes? And we don't have time to prepare. No, I don't have a life. Sure. Right. So if you're able to run over there real quick, but maybe you can't get there early and check out all of those things. Absolutely. But with experience, you still have confidence. Let's figure it out together. Mm-hmm. Where a new agent, they're just nervous, right? So the more information you can give yourself, just like how we follow the market and we know how many houses are on the market or which ones are sold and how quickly, the more that you have that, the more confident you are to talk about real estate with anyone. Yeah. Whether it's showing a house or just someone calls you up and says, hey, I might want to sell my house. What's the market like? Yeah. Confidence is key. Mm-hmm.